Hey Tony, you know it's Black History Month, right?
Yes. Happy Black History Month to you.
Yeah. You know, Black History, the celebration of the achievement of black people in all industries, all avenues, all walks of life, right? Yeah. I'm noble enough to really show appreciation and recognize all the people that paved the way for me to have the opportunity to stand here right now and talk to you. People you may know, such as Ron Simmons. You know what, how about I even shout out my friends that made Black history, you know, like a Kofi Kingston. What up, Kofi? And how about we keep it in-house a little bit? How about, like, we talk about some of the people that's been one of the best wrestlers on the planet and holding down a brand for well over a year now, whooping ass. I'm talking about the Ring of Honor Women's Champion, Athena. What up, sis? And very soon, we're gonna add another name to that list, right? Whose house?
Yeah, man.
Straight like that. Straight like that. How is you feeling?
How you doing?
You feel me?
Ladies and gentlemen, that was from AEW Collision. Swerve Strickland, BPBC first round draft pick from season 1. And that's from February the 3rd, I believe, of earlier this month. Today is Friday, February the 16th. Year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
I said year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord.
20 and 20. 4 for 4.
Would you like fries with that, sir?
Absolutely. Diet aside, I need something spicy. I need something with some jerk, something with some seasoning from the motherland, maybe some cracked black pepper. I just need something savory, robust, something that will lead me to say, you don't have this in the spirit of Black History Month. Let the church say.
Wait, it's dipping sauce for your nuggets, sir?
Oh, I forgot the dipping sauce.
You can never forget the sauce. The sauce is what makes us. Pause.
Yes.
Actually, that's true in numerous lights.
Yes. Chef's choice on the dipping sauce. Now.
Szechuan.
Ooh, you can't go wrong with a little of that. So, that's history. Let the church say.
Hey, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is our Black History Month episode. We've switched up the format a little bit. We gave you in 226.5 a sneak peek of something that we're going to be doing for the majority of things going forward. Every once in a while, we'll give you a little extra sauce. But for this one here, we shouting out Mary. Mary.
No place like home. It's your family around you. You're never alone.
Rose and Pearl, what up, though? You know what I'm saying? Lester, what up, though? Brenda, man. Calvin, what up, though?
Talk that talk.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mary. Can't forget about Sandra. You don't have 227 without Sandra screaming, Bam. Mary.
Bam. I saw a picture not that long ago with Miss Jackie Harris.
Harry.
And
Jackie Harry.
You're right. You're absolutely right. And Kim Whitley. When I tell you that they look like twins and twins,
I can see it.
I'm gonna find the photo just so you can see it.
I can see it.
But yes.
Right on. Well, we gonna have a little fun with this one here.
Of course, as we do every episode.
So that said, Suave, I'm putting 30 minutes on the clock. Here we go.
And the time starts now.
Time starts now. Where do we begin, Suave? Swerve Strickland getting active right now.
Shout out to Swerve.
There's a whole lot of black excellence at the top of cards right now. We got Moose as your TNA World Heavyweight Champion. We got Athena as your ROH Women's World Champion. We've got who else? We got the Tribal Chief Head of the Table, Universal Grand Champion.
Look, and we're not gonna argue with you about Ancestry.com. Do your Googles and you'll understand why he's included.
You know how these boats work. That's all I'm saying.
Bolts and screws make the bicycle move.
These are conversations that you don't want to have, but at the same time, you've already drawn lines in the sand, and you know what side we stand on. I don't care what my skin tone look like. Yeah.
All of that though.
Regardless, there's a whole lot of color at the top of these cards, and there's still room for improvement. Still room for improvement.
Oh, always.
But don't be mad because it's there. Be mad because you ain't good enough to be there with them. Because there's some people who are there that don't need to be there. And when it's time to get replaced, don't be trying to come back. Like, I'm gonna give you one example. This past Wednesday on Dynamite.
Okay.
Swerve has come out and does what he always does. He cooks.
Yes.
But he's cooking with another person at the top of a card who has some of that ancestry in him. Samoa Joe is literally in his name. Your AEW World Champion, again, top of the card. You see the theme here?
Right.
Swerve comes out and cooks with Joe a little bit. Joe lets him cook. And then we have Mr. Participation Trophy himself, Hangnail.
Oh my God.
Come out.
Hey, this is what's funny. Hangman Page is an affirmative action addition to this story.
Like, he came out and championed why he does not deserve to be in the match by telling people Swerve doesn't need to be in the match for the same reason that he actually doesn't deserve to be in the match.
Look,
and that's the Ratchet Revolution that we're talking about.
We'll be there.
I don't know how that works, Swab, but how can you really be
exactly how it works.
The qualifications for why you don't belong somewhere and put yourself in place and then tell people why you should be there because you don't deserve to be there?
Look,
I digress. March 3rd. Thanks. Or is it 2nd? I don't know. It's March 3rd. Sunday, March 3rd. Greensboro Coliseum. Catch Gang Green there. We'll be there in our BPBC attire. We'll be there looking real tourist-ish. We'll also be.
We'll never look like tourists.
No, we'll be working. Like just understand we'll be working. So if we look like geeks to you, sorry, we're on the clock.
We'll definitely stick out like a sore thumb, but we never look like tourists.
Yeah, we'll be on the clock. So there'll be people there looking way worse than us. I'm debating on whether we're gonna have to get some signs, but we'll have enough spirits over the weekend that we can make that the game time decision.
If we make signs, they're getting confiscated at the door. I've learned my lesson. I'm good.
How much longer are we going to see these lines drawn in the sand? Because it's going not just in AEW, it's happening in WWE. I don't watch TNA enough to know if that's going on over there, but I can only imagine. What are we looking like as far as that's concerned? I'm not going to go too deep into the weeds. Right. I did that in 226.5. This ain't that episode.
It'll happen until you have more, I guess what we would term diversity in the room, not as talent, but as a part of the creative process. Because the proper translation of wrestling jargon into urban culture is a very tedious and careful process. If you don't know the culture, yet you try to mimic what you see from social media, chances are you're going to hit the wall before you hit a lick. There's some people who don't know what a lick is, and that's the whole point. So, you're going to hit the wall before you hit a lick.
So let me ask you this. We have, to my knowledge, one executive in position of color. BPBC Gang himself, D'Lo Brown.
Gang.
If he is the only one, and we just happen to know that he's there only because of his screen time, from previous years ago, probably what, 3-4 years ago? Would you say that 3 or 4 years ago is the translation to what that got us to the point to where we actually know that he's an executive? Why don't we have more executives in those positions, in those rooms, as you say? Because the only other person I could think of in recent memory that's been in those rooms was Devon Dudley.
It's a combination of things. It's more people who more people of that ilk in the room, more people of that ilk who want to be in the room, because as we've learned in certain situations, people of color and their experiences in the wrestling business kind of shy them away from continuing to deal with it once they've gotten to a certain point. And then there's also, it's not just people of color. It's not just people of color who have experience in the industry. It's adding all of those elements with also an element of youth who can translate modern day banter and jargon into a digestible formula for Gen Pop. New Day was able to do what they were doing because they were writing a lot of their own material.
Words out of my mouth, because I was actually going to say the best person I can think of right now that stands any remote chance of even being back there in those conversations, Jason Jordan. I won't discount him because he's back there. He's somewhere in the mix back there. I don't know if he's actually at the table, but he's definitely in the room. But Big E deserves to be at the table. Last time I
read, he was kind of in an agent position. So like as an agent,
and that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So Devon is the same position that Jason Jordan is in now. Right. Big E deserves to be at a table.
I'm talking more about the person with the pen, and not the booking pen, but more of the creative pen.
That's the table. That's the table I'm talking about. Yes.
Being a creative is not everybody.
It's not everybody's strong suit.
You're right. It's not everybody's strong suit. Everybody who's ever participated in the world of professional wrestling, who comes from a background such as ours, isn't inherently creative, and that's okay. But when you do find those diamonds in the rough, or you do have those applications put in by people who are passionate about the product, knowledgeable about the product, and also can show you a propensity to be creative on a consistent basis, I think you have to take advantage of that, and you have to put that into effect.
Okay.
But that's a conversation you have to have with the people at the very top. And from what we have learned of some of the transgressions of people who have been in a position of power in professional wrestling, that is not always their motivation. That's the most PC way I can put it.
As evidenced by what's going on with the White Suit Gang at the top of the Sting retirement conversation.
All of the above.
Well, if we had it our way, we create our own organization. We don't know how long it'll last because, let's face it.
I like that segue. You did good right there.
Let's face it. A lot of times we can be our own worst enemy. If there's one thing we don't like, it's each other.
Dog said that.
We love us. We just don't like us.
Truer words. What did you have for breakfast?
Oh man, I had some memory. I had some memory supplements. You know what I'm saying? My
okay,
dailies.
You've been on your ginkgo biloba.
All ginseng. I'm taking it back. I had all that
you
today.
Had your sea moss and your bladderwrack and your burdock. Boy, you out here doing something.
I could urinate in a cup and still be able to participate on Sunday. Do you hear what I'm talking about?
That's so important. That is so important.
Yeah.
My goodness, bro.
So that said, we're going to create our own organization. How many people can we put in this organization spot? Oh, you did tell me 5 women, 5 men.
For the new fast break offense we running, 5 and 5.
We gonna flip a coin for this? For who gets first?
As we always do, unless you're feeling generous.
Me?
I have an idea who your first pick is gonna be, so this is still gonna go fine. And if you don't take that person as your first pick, I'm gonna take them to spite you.
Yeah, we not doing that. Heads I win. Heads I win, tails you lose. You ready?
Stop that nonsense. No. No. Don't cheat your own kind. What are you doing?
All right. Heads for Suave, tails for Wood. First pick, BPBC fist up draft. You ready?
Yeah.
Up in the air, coming down. Heads. The man Suave gets the first pick. And the first pick on the table, Dwayne The Rock Johnson for Suave.
We're not going to waste no time with it whatsoever. We are here for entertainment value, athleticism. And again, this is an all-time.
All-time.
So at whatever point of their career you want to use this particular person at, you're more than welcome to. All-timers. Your first pick, sir.
My first pick, the only person that I would ever pick first in a draft like this, and it's long overdue, from Kansas City, Missouri, Hacksaw Butchery.
Yeah, I knew what it was going to be.
It's not a mystery.
I know my side hop. I already knew what this was going to be.
Yeah, go ahead. Your second pick.
So I tell you what, I think my second pick on this quick list, I think I can still get in round 3. So here's what I'm gonna do. Booker T. Dr. Huffman himself.
You can't get this person because I'm about to take him. If this is who you're about to take, shame on you. BPBC Hall of Famer Teddy Long.
Oh, okay. I see you.
We got to have some personality.
I see you. I see what you did there. That's not who I was talking about. Person I was talking about, Bobby Lashley.
Ooh, great pick.
So that means we can fight for real on my brand.
I like a little youth. We're going to take it to Massachusetts. We'll go new school. This guy's impressed me a lot lately. I'm not mad at this. Carmelo Hayes gets to come to my territory.
Great pick. Absolutely phenomenal pick. I tell you what. I'm going to take... I'll go with Youth 2. You mean Montez Ford.
Nice pick. Because like he's such a great tag team talent and they don't know what to do with him in singles. That's the only reason I wouldn't take him right now. But you took him because I know you know what to do with him.
Actual factuals.
Okay. I know who my last pick is going to be. This pick is going to be a little tougher.
On the board.
It's going to be a little tougher. I can't start the show with this man and not pick him in my draft, especially considering I picked him once before. He's panned out. He's panned out in spades. What he could do in the industry from the time we drafted him back in 2018, 19. Shane Swerve Strickland.
I like it. You made my job easier because I was wondering which one of us. I didn't want to be stuck with the responsibility of deciding that for my 5th pick. I'm about to do something sort of blasphemous, and I'm also going to leave you an alley-oop for your 5th pick. I'm taking New Jack.
Ooh, there's a guy coming up in the conversation later on in the show.
Super heel.
I wouldn't have even because I knew that I wouldn't have even picked him for this. I was going to
do you know the promo work on my show is going to be phenomenal?
Now, the alley-oop that you're talking about, it's Roman Reigns, but that's not who I'm going to pick.
No, that's not the alley-oop I was thinking about.
I'm about to throw you for a loop with this one. When you're coming up with a new organization and you need a world champion, give me some character traits that you look for, Suave.
Great promo work. Believable in-ring work. Unique look. Marketability. The ability to avoid injury. I think those are good.
That's good. The ability to avoid injury is something that comes with a lightning strike. So I'll put that to the side. But all 4 of these things...
That comes with seasoning, but yes, go ahead.
Well, this guy has seasoning. He's also surrounded by 2 world champions, and he's yet to be one. I'm going to build my company around Xavier Woods.
Wow. I did not expect that.
Because he deserves it.
Add 2 more picks. Let's go lucky sevens.
Lucky sevens. Okay, go ahead. Pick number 6.
Give me Ron Simmons.
Damn.
Not gonna waste no time. You know exactly why, because that's who I was thinking of when I was describing those traits.
Now I'll take Roman Reigns.
I almost feel guilty about it, but we justified it. Yes, he counts.
But he also can play that in case of emergency break glass role. He can be that attraction. He doesn't have to be a champion. Go ahead with your last pick, lucky 7.
Last pick. Let's look at what I got going on. He's off the board. I'm gonna go MVP.
MVP. And then one guy I really like MVP. And actually, that's who I was going to pick. But in the same token, we have an MVP that has about 15 years worth of experience and people don't even realize he's been around that long. Also, gang, the captain and CEO of Shane Taylor Promotions, Shane Taylor.
Good pick.
So to run it down, we have for Suave's organization, we have The Rock, Bobby Lashley, Booker T, and all of his incarnations, Montez Ford, New Jack, Ron Simmons, MVP.
Yes.
I have Hacksaw Butch Reed, Teddy Long, Carmelo Hayes, Swerve Strickland, Xavier Woods, Roman Reigns, and Shane Taylor. That is a well-rounded men's division.
Yeah.
Did I say men's division? We can't leave the women out.
Equality, baby.
5 times for the women. Since you went first for the men, I'm gonna go first for the women.
Okay.
Pinkies up, Jade Cargill.
I like it a lot. Bianca Belair.
Why not?
You're not getting them both. I'm sorry.
All time, Jazz.
She was on my list. Absolutely on my list. Give me Sasha Banks / Mercedes Moné.
I'm just gonna put Mercedes there. Let's see here. Oh, we can make it a gang affair. Give me Naomi.
I like it. Awesome Kong.
Ooh, sleeper.
Yeah, I'm out here doing business. You feel me?
Miss Texas, Jacqueline Moore.
That was on my list too. I will take. Give me Athena.
This is where it gets hard. The last one. Where do we go?
I gotta look up a replacement because I feel like I'm about to be had.
Who do I think is worthy of the conversation? Someone is yelling at this radio right now, or at their earphones or phone, whatever. However they're listening to, someone's yelling right now, and I don't even care.
Tell them where to tweet us then.
Show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. That's at brokenpencilbc on all things social. At brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything.
Yes, sir. Still perplexed here. My last pick. Let me go with.
Because you got some options. You do have some options on the table.
Yeah, there's some heat out here. Let me go with. Oh, boy.
Yeah, be careful. Steady long, steady wrong.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you who I'm gonna take, and I think she's
that?
been disenfranchised over the past few years, but she deserves so much more. I'm gonna take Mia Yim.
I see what you did there. Okay.
Do your Googles if you don't understand why she gets to pass here.
Last one for you. Watch me get in my bag.
Uh-oh.
We're building for the future, right? You have the now, you have the then, you got a heel, you got a irresistible force, an immovable object.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Give me Jada Parker.
You know what? I almost picked her. And I figured you was about to pick Nia Jax. I'm not sold on Jada Parker yet.
She has the look and she has the attitude. Everything else can come in time, and she has a lot of people that we can pull in, to help coach.
The intangibles, yes, sir. So for the women, Suave has Bianca Belair, Mercedes Moné. That's a hell of a tag team right there too. Awesome Kong, Athena, and Jada Parker. I have Jade Cargill, Jazz, Naomi, Jackie Moore, aka Miss Texas, and Mia Yim. We did that, Suave.
I like it. Quick and easy, straight to the point. Shout out Willow Nightingale. Shout out to Kiera Hogan.
Kiera Hogan's so underrated, man.
Absolutely, we're on my list.
Queen Aminata, she's coming up.
Absolutely.
Suave, you mentioned New Jack earlier.
I did. That's the homie.
One Up Gang, rest in peace. We
Fly high.
We had a very stellar interview with New Jack, and he was in rare form.
Yes.
He became fans of us simply because we reached out to him.
Again, shout out to Jin Jack. And the greatest alley-oop in BPBC history.
Suave was able to pin New Jack's eulogy because, to paraphrase Jin Jack, what she got was the equivalent of putting raisins in a potato salad.
My pen game is goated. I'll say that part.
We have yet to do a BPBC Hall of Famer for 2024. Our first inductee, 2023, was Teddy Long.
Facts. We'll probably do the full award show in the next couple episodes.
Next couple episodes, yep.
Yeah.
But definitely the 2024 BPBC Hall of Fame Award inductee this year goes to Jerome Young, aka New Jack.
Bombs away!
He giving shouts out to people that we can't give shouts out to for the wrong reasons. But it's one less.
He said two less.
Oh, two less. That's right. Two less.
Everybody, look, at this point, if you don't know about that promo, shame on you. If you do, if you know, you know. Just Google New Jack promos and have a great time. Find some shoot interviews because those were always entertaining. I see a lot of backlash online. I even saw some yesterday. And it's from people wanting to label New Jack. And I'm like, I've never really seen New Jack get at nobody that didn't get at him first.
Label him as what? Went in the business for himself?
A criminal. You know the type. You know the type that write this type of stuff. And basically being a criminal, a glorified serial killer,
Natural Born Killers was his music, and it didn't just play when he walked to the ring. It played while the match was happening and when he walked back to the back.
And then everybody likes to reference the mass transit incident, and it's like, my boy, you had no business in there to begin with. Neither here nor there. Well, what's the professional difference between a lie and the truth?
A lawsuit.
Well, when New Jack went to court, he ain't do no time. Ain't no money come out his pocket.
He made more.
Facts. And should have. And then recently, shout out to Dark Side of the Ring. They have a new venture going on. They let out some previously undiscussed facts about the New Jack interview and just New Jack in general.
Price just went up.
Apparently in 96, the idea was pitched for him to be a part of the Nation of Domination. He turned it down. Now I'll let you go find out why. Do your legwork, do your Googles. We're not here to do all the work for you.
Who got his spot is amazing when you hear the story. I'm not going to spoil it for you.
That too. I think the complexion of the 96 version would be astronomically different if he had accepted that role.
It's the equivalent of music charts in the 90s looking at Nelly versus KRS-One. You're the top of your form, but you have two different crowds. One is way bigger than the other one.
It's a couple of, okay, what's a really, really legendary hip hop song that someone passed on the beat on before it ended up with the artist that recorded?
Someone passed on the beat on?
Yeah.
I can't tell you one that was passed on, but I can tell you the original for a song that you know both versions of.
What's that?
Usher, yeah. The original beat for that is PD Pablo Freak a Leak. You may have heard a piece of that during the Super Bowl, but if you didn't know, now you know. The Yeah We Know wasn't the yeah that came out.
I did hear another interesting story about, Usher didn't want to record that song. Like he flat out refused, and L.A. Reid had to put his foot down. It's a very cool story. So the 96 version, for people who don't know, that's like the first incarnation. So that's the one that has Clarence Mason as the attorney. Crush with the forehead tattoo is in the group. JC Ice and
Savio Vega.
Yeah, Savio Vega. JC Ice and Wolfie D are rapping to the ring. So it's a hodgepodge of people and
very eclectic.
It's
melting
very
pot.
Different. It's not the most famous incarnation, but it is the first. And I feel like had you landed New Jack in that spot during that time, the rest of those other people will not be able to coexist. And not because they're going to have any problems, but because if you put a microphone in New Jack's hands around that time, it's going to be similar to what happened with The Rock a year or two later. He's going to be a star by default. Either you're going to have to cut back on his mic time or you're just going to have to deal with the consequences because he's going to put in the work. So for all you ne'er-do-wells out there that have something negative to say about the newest BPBC Hall of Famer,
slap yourself. We could care less. He's gang, and we got interviewed like one of his last, maybe two. I'm going to maybe go on a limb and be a little bit more liberal and say 3 interviews before his untimely passing. Right here. And
those other ones he did as a press run. He actually, F with us.
Yeah, we got that before the press runs. That's why we started the press run. I don't even know if you realize that.
No. We made sure to verify that before we started saying this. So it's like we were the kickoff.
We were the catalyst to the New Jack press run for Dark Side of the Ring, and we cared enough. We cared enough about it when we saw it on the list that the week before the episode aired, we were able to. He was gracious enough. We were able to get him.
Here's what's real in a transparent moment. I don't care if he had the first episode of Dark Side of the Ring that season or not. It was still going to be a GOAT interview for me.
That's Suave's Butch Reed.
I'm willing to tell you all that the Attitude Era doesn't happen without his contributions and what was going on in ECW.
He was the attitude. He was the attitude of the Attitude Era.
All parts of it, and Mick Foley kind of attested to it as well. He was like, New Jack is diving off of everything. Like, I can't. Flying off the cell one time was enough.
And he actually did it twice in the same match. That's another conversation.
Get on Peacock and look up some of this old ECW stuff and see how outside he really was.
Nah. Get on YouTube. It's way more outside on YouTube than it is on Peacock. Peacock is like that's the Disney version.
If that's the case, you need to hit some message boards and see if you can't get some DVD shit.
Yeah, you need time to go back and do some tape trading.
You can't have none of mine though. I got the OGs. I got the old originals.
Once again, show at brokenpistolbc.com, brokenpistolbc@gmail.com. That's at brokenpistolbc on all things social. At brokenpistolbc on what?
Everything.
Thank you, New Jack, Hall of Famer, BPBC. Thank you, Teddy Long, BPBC Hall of Famer. Next week we're gonna do throw up the X. We're gonna do who ain't gonna win next week for Elimination Chamber. We got another one the following week for Greensboro, and we'll catch you in Greensboro. That's it. We done.